Okay, in the past we saw that this is the L3. Let's copy it and paste it to Notepad or Notepad plus plus. This is the L3. Okay. So one thing I also tell you that before going to this L3, because this also need to be remembered this part. Okay. So I already explained that L3 means any development is people are working, that is the end layer, because L1 and L2 is totally maintained by the RELTIO. L3 is totally maintained by the developer. Okay. So we are here in the L3. How to get the L3? By calling no inheritance this particular keyword. So it is only get the L3. If you want L1, L1, L2, L3, then click it here. So this is the just change the configuration. There is no slash nothing. See, there is a difference. That for L3 you just write one extra part, no inheritance underscore no inheritance. But if you want L1, L2, L3, then this. 99% people are need to working here. Okay, this L3. So let's this also take that L1 and L3. So I will explain that each and everything. Copy. Let's copy it. Go to the so this is the L3, L1, L2, L3. Everything is there. So it distributed this particular configuration is the main thing. So it is distributed in the few section. Let's go to that section. So it will be helpful to get understand very quickly. So see this particular. So this JSON, this is a JSON format. This is the L3, L1, L2 configuration. Contain this few thing. One is entity type, means what type of entity is available. Relationship between the entity. Attributes is a come up with form entity, means in if I say database language, the entity type means table and attributes mean table field. Then it's come roles mean different type of operation. In Postman I able to get the L3 configuration or L1 configuration. So I have a role to allow to access that get. That's why the role is different, and it is specific to the people, specific to the account. Okay, it can be student also have your corporate account. Maybe some cases you are not able to get it. You are not only have a update option. Such kind of role can be defined. Graph type is when we make any relationship for visual related purpose, the graph type is very helpful. Source means normal, means from where the data is coming. Let's say SAP, SFDC, any other Excel sheet, old data source, Oracle, maybe PL/SQL. So source need to depend. Crosswork, I already told you, crosswork is one kind of is in a terminology for the source. In the MDM tool, it is looks like a source. Match and merge is the MDM operation. How to do it, I will explain you. Survivorship rules means how you define that particular entity or attributes combined, how it will be survived to create a golden record. So that. So this all are entity two survivorship. These are all are a part of the configuration. Okay. So let's go back to the configuration section. So you will get understand the process. So this is the source system. So this is one part. So how to write this source, I will explain later. First, I show you that all section. Here is a minus plus button. We click it. Source is stop. So this is the line. Using this line, we are actually getting L1 because it's the RELTIO core part that is called L1. And this second line, that is life science or vertical, it is called the L2 operation. L2. So L1 is, if you want to get L1 using this, if you L2 using this. Okay. So automatically it will be inherited all those properties. Okay, this is the attributes type, but before going to attributes type, definitely it will become some entity. Such So this is the entity type, because if you see, so the source you have seen, this is the entity type. Okay, so if I go to the entity type, so it's the organization, party, you can say party, individual, you can define. So this is the way you have to define. So uh, then see the role. So different type of role is there, so you need to define that particular role. The group types means for particular group you can define for that. Relationship type means two object how it is linked, means you have to define one start object and end object, and then define, means here it is showing party to party, multiple option is possible. Okay, interaction means how it will be interacted with the entity, within the entity. And graph type means how want to display that. Let's say you have a family member, all are connected and they are professionally, they are connected in different professional. How it will be displayed in the graph. So that is network structure. It will be display, or plain and simple display. So I will show you in the graphical view also. Cyberversive strategy means how you need to define that which part will be survive. And let's say if you think that latest data it will be survive, so you have to define this. If you think that some frequency which is coming more type similar data, so that will be definitely I come later to explain more thing. And another part is that one is match. This match token and the match group. It is also important thing. So we define, we check here. So we able to define these few things, that entity type, relation, attributes, role, graph, source, survivorship. So crosswalk and the match match. So if I search something match group, so match group actually define the matching part, or match match part. So it is define how we can define this automatic or suspect, exact or not, equal. So it will help to define the different way to how to we can match the attributes. Let's say this also. So crosswalk, you see that this is the source system, and when we talk about the crosswalk, that which of the attributes, these are the attributes of this address. So these are the part of the crosswalk. So you need to define the crosswalk like that. Surrogate crosswalk, crosswalk. These are the way we can define. Then another match group definition, that suspect. In the previous part we saw the automatic. So you are able to see that within configuration L1, L2, L3 configuration, the entity type, relationship type, between them, attributes, role, graph type, source, crosswalk, match, and all are you are able to view it as I can say it is a 100 feet bird eye view. Okay. In the next section, I will be explain you each section and how to write it. I will be showing.